All right, let's talk about something we all have to deal with in any high-stakes game, whether that's trading, running a business, or even playing sports. We're talking about losses. They're guaranteed to happen. But what if the real secret to winning wasn't about trying to avoid losses, but about completely changing how you think about them? Today, we're going to break down a really powerful mental model that does exactly that.
Look, let's just get this out of the way right now. Losing is going to happen. It doesn't matter how smart you are, how perfect your strategy is, you will take losses. They're just part of the price of admission. And you know what? Just accepting that simple fact, that's the very first step.
And this is the million-dollar question, isn't it? This is what really separates the amateurs from the pros. When that loss hits, does it mean that you failed, that you're not good enough, or is it something else entirely? Because how you answer that question, well, it changes absolutely everything.
Okay, so let's really dive into that feeling. Every time you face a loss, you're standing at a fork in the road. And believe me, the two paths you can take lead to wildly different places.
So, on one side, you've got the personal failure path. This is where the loss feels like a direct hit to your ego, a judgment on your skill. Then, on the other side, you've got the business expense path. Here, a loss is just data. It's a calculated cost of being in the game. We're not just playing with words here. These are two completely different realities.
To make this super clear, let's imagine two traders. We'll call them Jason and Sarah. They both face the exact same kinds of losses, but the way they process them internally, it's night and day.
Just look at how this plays out. It's like a domino effect. For Jason, that core belief, this is a personal failure, triggers anger and frustration. So what does he do next? Something emotional and reckless, like a revenge trade. But for Sarah, the core belief is completely different. It's an expected expense. That allows her to stay cool, calm, and analytical. Her next move? It's logical. Review, learn, and get back to the plan. So let's follow Jason down this rabbit hole for a minute. By taking every single loss to heart, he traps himself in this destructive loop that, honestly, has almost nothing to do with his actual trading strategy anymore. You know how it goes. First, he blames the outside world. The market's rigged. Then, that blame turns inward, into frustration. How could I be so dumb? That frustration quickly turns into fear. Oh no, I'm going to lose it all. And all of that pressure culminates in one thing, a terrible, impulsive decision. He's not trading his strategy anymore, he's just trading his emotions. Okay, now let's flip the coin and check in with Sarah. She just took the same hit, but her internal playbook, it's from a whole other universe. Sarah's approach is, well, it's almost boringly professional, which is exactly the point. Step 1, she just acknowledges the loss. No drama, no judgment. Step 2, she literally logs it in her records like any other business cost, right next to her internet bill. Step 3, she looks at the data objectively to see if there's anything to learn. And step 4, this is the most important part. She gets right back to executing her plan. There's no panic here, just process. This huge difference between Jason's emotional spiral and Sarah's calm process. It all boils down to the core idea of this whole explainer. It's a mental shift that is absolutely essential for surviving long-term in any unpredictable field.
And here it is. The key is to start seeing your losses as the mandatory rent. Think about it. Do you get furious at your landlord every month for collecting rent? Of course not. It's just the expected, necessary cost of having a place to operate. Well, losses are exactly the same. They are the rent you pay for access to opportunity in the market.
This one idea. This changes the entire game. A loss is not a reflection of your worth. It is not a mistake you need to get angry about. It's just rent. You pay it, and you get back to work, ready to seize the next opportunity.
And, you know, the best part of all this is that becoming what we're calling a great loser, someone like Sarah, it's not some special talent you're born with. Not at all. It is a deliberate choice, and it's a skill that you can absolutely build over time.
So why would you want to build this skill? Well, the payoffs are massive. When you can pay the rent without getting emotional, you build incredible resilience. That resilience leads directly to clearer, better decision-making. That leads to consistency with your strategy. And that is the only path to long-term survival and ultimately success.
I really want to hammer this point home. Being a bad loser like Jason is not some permanent character flaw. And being a great loser like Sarah isn't a gift from the heavens. It is a conscious, trainable skill. And the training starts really small.
It's about noticing that emotional flare-up, taking a breath before you react, and deliberately reframing the thought from, I failed, to, okay, I just paid the rent.
So as we wrap this up, I want you to really think about this. Losses are coming. That is a 100% certainty. The only variable in the entire equation is you. It's how you react. So, are you going to pay the rent with anger, fear, and frustration? Or are you going to pay it like a pro, as a simple, unemotional cost of doing business? The market's going to come to collect either way. The choice is yours.